Hi students, welcome back to second part of instruction scheduling. So in the part 1 we have studied the definition of the profiling and cycle counting and instruction scheduling in the execution of the conditional instruction. If the condition is not met, it takes only one cycle, and if it is the condition is met, the following rules, some of the rules you have studied. Okay, some five to six rules we have seen in the last video section. Next, and also we have discussed the scheduling of code efficiency on ARM of code. Here, and also we discussed the ARM 90D MI processor perform five operations in parallel in pipeline. Okay, that are the operations are fetch, decode, ALU, that means execution, and then LS1, LS2. All the five operations we have discussed in the previous video, and also one example we have explained. Okay, so next let us will continue the part 2. In this part 2 we'll discuss the some of the examples, okay, in detail. Let us take the example 2. In the example 2 we have LDR R1 comma R2 and immediate data 4. Add R0 comma R0 R1. Two instructions are there. The instruction first is the load instruction. So here in the five different parallel operation in pipeline, here fetch, decode, ALU, LS1 and LS2. In the first cycle, the LDR instruction will be fetched, and then it decode and will go to the ALU. Okay, so here once the LDR instruction is executed, here in the first cycle it do the operation, that is R2 plus 4 will be takes R2 plus 4. This added data is moved into the R1 register. This is the function. In the first cycle, it does only the operation R2 plus 4. R2 plus 4. That is the uh, execution of LDR. And the same time, in the cycle 1, the second instruction will be fetched and will be get into the decode operation also. Okay, parallelly LDR execute, that is R2 plus 4 operation takes place, and then next instruction add will be decode operation get taking place in the cycle number 1. And here in the first cycle only it is calculated the value R2 plus 4, R2 plus 4. This addition of value is not yet to be loaded into the register R1. It not yet to be loaded into the register R1 in the cycle 1. So in the cycle 2, the add instruction will not go into execute because the register R1 is not yet loaded the value of this calculated. Okay, until unless completion of the uh, LDR instruction will not execute the add instruction. So this is the condition is called in the second cycle. This add instruction will be undergo stall state. This is called as a stall state. One cycle will be waiting for the execution of add instruction, waiting for the execution until completion of the LDR instruction. LDR instruction, when it is complete, in the LS1, the value of R2 plus 4 will be loading taking place. After LS1 only, the add instruction is get into execution. In the cycle 2, only LDR will be in the operation state of the pipeline. LS1 is taking place. Add instruction will in the state stall state. Okay, that is a stall state. And in the third cycle, the add instruction now will be get execute. Okay, execution is taking place until the completion of the loaded by the R1 with this value. Add will be not execute. In after LS1, this add instruction will be get execute in the cycle 3 is taking place. So this in this position, stalling of one cycle between the this cycle to this cycle, one cycle will be waiting for execution of odd instruction. This is called as a interlock. This is called interlock. In the previous example, this was the not the case. No interlock example we taken. So here interlock is the definition is this. Okay, this is the example 2 we have discussed. Similarly, we can explain the example 3. Let us take the example number 3. In this example, load instruction, odd instruction, exclusive or logical operation, 3 instructions are taken. In this case, first LDRB R1 comma R2. Let us, I will write it here. This is the function is the pipeline function. And here in the first cycle, what happens? In the first cycle, that is LDRB will be fetch, decode, ALU get taking place. Once LDRB is under the execution operation, LDRB during the same parallel in the same cycle, one decode operation will be taking place, that is add instruction, and in the cycle same cycle the fetch operation is get taking place, that is EOR. This is the in the first cycle the instructions are all in the different operation mode. Okay, in the first cycle, remember, first it will be at yes, in the first cycle execution is a LDRB. At the same time, decode operation take place of the addition instruction, and then fetch operation is taking place on the this instruction, exclusive or instruction. So here first cycle operation. Let write the second cycle operation. In the second cycle operation, what happens here? In the second cycle operation, in the execution of ALU state of operation, this will be go to the next state of operation. This is LDRB, and this add will be come to the ALU state of operation here, and then EOR will become to the decode operation. So here no operation because next instruction will not be there. So this is a second cycle will be operation. Okay, let write the cycle number 3. In the cycle 3, what happens? In the cycle 3, what is the operation? Here LDRB go to the here third cycle. In the third cycle in the LS2 state, and then add instruction will be under this operation, and EOR will be in this state, and in the this state will be in the cycle 3. This is the EOR and LDRB. Next cycle it takes a totally of 4 cycles. Okay, and here EOR will be not going to execute. I will tell you why it is. And here no operation. Here the add will be the operation instruction takes place. In this case, observe here the register R1 is loaded the value after completion of the LS2 only. This R1 register will be using in the EOR instruction. R1 is required. Until unless the R1 is loaded by the value, the EOR will not going to execute. So in the second instruction, add R0 comma R0 and R2 will be added, will be going to add into the R. For this add instruction, no such stalling will be taking place uh, in this example, because in the add operation it is independent of the register of the first instruction register. But in the third instruction, it is EOR is dependent on the register value of R1. So EOR will be under the stall state of the instruction get taking place. Okay. So here, observe here, this R1 until it not loaded with this value, the EOR not going to store. Then this is the state is called as a stall operation of the second this EOR. So according to the EOR, register value in the load register, it is a relation, it will be there. So once the load operation, it not until it not complete the load operation in the LS2 operation, the next the required instruction, that is EOR R1 register value is required. This EOR not going to execute. That is the one thing in this example will be studied. Okay, you are studied. So next example, we'll take one more example. Let us write in the example number 4. In this example number 4, we call in the subroutine branching instruction will be there. So how it will be work, let us will discuss. Here you have a pipeline of 5 operations. In the first cycle, let us write the first cycle. Here first operation is that is move will be under this here first cycle move instruction is ALU, and this will be decode operation, and the third cycle is the AND operation. Okay, okay. In this first cycle move instruction under ALU operation. The second instruction is in the decode operation, and in the fetch operation and instruction will be takes. Okay, next cycle number 2. In the cycle 2, what happens, this will be moved to the next operation move, and this will be go to the ALU, and this A and operation it is comes to decode operation, and next instruction what is here, EOR. This EOR will be get fetch takes place. Okay, and next cycle 3. Cycle 3. In cycle 3, what happens here, see, observe here. uh, Here the branch instruction execute. The branch is taking place at case 1. Here branching instruction is taking place, branch is to case 1. So that is subtract instruction to be fetching operation take place. So here what happens, once this execution start, the fetching of the instruction is takes subtract. Here no operation, no operation, this will be moved to the next operation B, and this will be moved to the move. Okay, and let explain in detail. Cycle number 4. In the cycle 4, what happens, the this is the fetch code will be moved to the next operation, decode operation, that is subtract, no operation, no, and then branch operation. Okay, this. Okay, and fifth cycle. In the fifth cycle, subtract will be go to execution state, that is a ALU operation. Here no operation, no operation. So this is the, in the 5 different cycles, the operations of the pipeline will be get taking place. Okay, you observe here. In the fourth example, the instructions are given here. Move B, branch instruction, AND instruction, exclusive OR, and case 1 subtract. This is a subroutine. So here we have the pipeline operations here written, and in the cycle 1, during the execution of the move instruction, decode operation of the branch instruction, and fetching operation of the AND instruction is taking place in the first cycle. And in the second cycle, the executed move instruction is moved to the LS1 operation, and then decoded instruction branch instruction is moved to the execution state, and AND instruction is go to the decode instruction, decoding of the AND instruction, and then fetch operation is go EOR. Okay, so this is the in the second cycle operation takes place. In the third cycle, that is in the second cycle, branch instruction is get executed. Here branch instruction new address will be calculated, and new address, that is a case 1 specified relative address, subroutine address. In the subroutine subtract instruction, fetching operation take place. After this branch instruction execution, the fetching of the subtract instruction takes place. In the subtract instruction, next of the subtract instruction, no instructions are there, so it will be no operation state it is. And then after executed this B branch instruction, it will go to the next state ls1, and then move instruction will be moved to the next ls2 state. In the ls2 state, the move instruction will be completed. That is loading the value of 1 into the register R1. That is a move instruction is completed in the stage 3. That is in the cycle number 3. So the required register R1 value is available in the in the execution state of the execution state of the subtraction. So in the fourth cycle, fetch operation into the decode operation, and no operation branch. And in the cycle number 5, the subtract instruction will be go to under execution state, no operation. So in the fifth cycle, the R1 value is already loaded, so it is available for the subtract instruction. R1 R not subtraction will be taking place, though execution will be taking place. In this example, no such stall operation is occurring in this example. So this is the one type of example we have observed. Okay.